is Late Edition News at 10 with Ann Gownley. Sports with Eric T. Berardinis. And meteorologist Joe Garbace.
The victim of a hit and run from Scranton died today, and tonight it's our top story. Good evening. This is WYLN's Late Edition, Greater Hazelton's only local news broadcast for Thursday, February 12th, 2015. I'm Ann Gownley. The mother of 7 who was critically injured in a hit and run crash in Scranton has passed away. 32-year-old Betty Sekulich of Scranton died from her injuries after she was hit last week. Tiffany Timko of Hazelton was arrested and charged a few days later. Timko is facing a list of charges, including driving without a license from a previous DUI. Police say Sekulich was hit while crossing South Main Avenue on February 4th. No word from police if Timko will face additional charges. As WYLN told you last night, a police pursuit in the city of Hazelton ended just outside the city line. According to police, 39-year-old Elton Spain of Conway, South Carolina, was arrested and charged with fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer, accidents involving damage to attendant vehicles or property, driving under the influence of alcohol or controlled substance, among similar charges. Spain was stopped in the area of East Green Street. Police say he fled from police during the stop, striking the Hazelton Police Department's K-9 vehicle in the process. Police caught up to Spain in the area of Route 93 and Route 424. A half-empty bottle of alcohol, along with a suspected crack pipe, was found inside his car. No injuries were reported. Spain was arraigned overnight at the Luzerne County Prison. An autopsy of a Hanover Township woman found dead in her home revealed that she died from a gunshot wound to the head, and now police are searching for her boyfriend in connection with her murder. This afternoon, state police at Wyoming issued an arrest warrant charging Randy Allen Herman in connection with the death of 50-year-old Gail Monahan. According to police, the two lived together on Allenberry Drive. Luzerne County Coroner Bill Listman and forensic pathologist Dr. Gary Ross conducted the autopsy on Monahan at Wilkes-Barre General Hospital. Her body was found at their home by Hanover Township Police, who were asked to do a welfare check on her. State and township authorities are still investigating the shooting. Police say Herman is considered armed and dangerous. Anyone with information is asked to contact police immediately by dialing 570-697-2000. Hugo Zielinski was found guilty yesterday of the double homicides of Michael Kurkowski and Tammy Fassett, and now his brother Ronald is also in trouble with the law. After the guilty verdict was announced, Ronald Zielinski exited the courtroom and pointed his eyes with his index finger and middle fingers at the families of the victims inside the elevator on the 3rd floor of the courthouse. The motion made by Ronald generally means "I'll be watching you." Sheriff deputies cuffed him right away and took him to the Luzerne County Prison. He was charged with 3 counts of terroristic threats and a single count of disorderly conduct. He was released without bail after he was arraigned by District Judge Michael Dotzel. Ronald was also charged by federal prosecutors in 2004 for providing a shotgun to Hugo, knowing that his brother was a convicted felon. The Luzerne County Council discussed replacing its financial manager at last night's meeting. Council Vice Chairman Ed Brominski made a motion to cut ties with the current company, Public Financial Management. The motion was voted against 6-5. Council must refinance around $88 million of debt. Council member Jim Boback said that it was too tight to bring in a new advisor at this time. He, along with Council member Kathy Dobash, made a motion to issue a request for proposals for other financial advisors. The request will be put out on June 1st. Public Financial Management, along with other firms, could apply. In the meantime, PFM will remain the county's advisor. Wintertime outdoor enthusiasts may want to pay close attention to this next story. One area resort is gearing up for a long weekend of fun in the snow. WYLN's Julie Stefanovic has more.
Old Man Winter plans to stick around, at least for the time being. So why not make the best of it? Eagle Rock Resort in Hazel Township will be heating things up with its 4-day Winterfest. We spoke with staff members today who gave us the rundown on this President's Day weekend.
We have lots of events scheduled. We have games, competitions throughout Saturday, human bowling, slalom, freestyle terrain, border cross. We'll have bonfires, we'll have bands throughout the weekend. Be a lot of fun, a lot of excitement for everybody.
Brandon's Forever Home will be hosting a bake sale, and there's also plenty of entertainment to keep you on your toes.
Friday night we're going to have Flex and Morgan 7 to 11. Saturday during the day we're going to have 1 to 5 Ostrich Hat. Saturday evening we have Strawberry Jam. They're like a Grateful Dead cover band. Sunday we have Perry Nuts. We also are going to have a snowboard giveaway this weekend. This is so family oriented, open to the public.
The fun doesn't stop at Winterfest. Eagle Rock offers events all throughout the year.
Here at Eagle Rock, we do quite a lot of events here. We have the big events that we invite the outside communities to come in and celebrate with us, like Oktoberfest. We have, at the Easter time, we have a contest for the kids in egg hunts. We have, in the winter, we have Winterfest. And then in the summer, we just have a lot of different things that go on, like marathons in the summer, swimming.
And if you've never hit the slopes before, the resort offers ski lessons as well.
We teach ski lessons here. You could get rentals. You can go tubing if you want, if you don't know how to ski. A lot of stuff to do.
Winterfest runs from Friday the 13th through Monday the 16th. The resort is on One Country Club Drive in Hazel Township, and the public is invited to attend. Reporting for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
10% of drivers under the age of 20 involved in a fatal crashes were reported as distracted at the time of the crash, according to distraction.gov. Today, students from the Hazleton Area Career Center learned how dangerous driving can be when distracted by using a simulator. Count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seems like a long time to many. However, that's the average time that your eyes are off the road while texting. If you're traveling at 55 miles per hour, that's enough time for you to cover the length of a football field blindfolded, according to distracted.gov. Students at the Hazleton Area Career Center learned the dangers of distracted driving this morning. Bill McQuilkin, who is the Trauma Prevention Coordinator for Lehigh Valley Health Network, says it's an opportunity to show the students what happens when they drive impaired or distracted.
The students will be seeing either distracted driving or impaired driving. They can drive distracted using their own cell phone, or they can use a virtual phone built in its computer system. If they use their cell phone, they can actually text and our computer will interact with their cell phone. But we can't control how they drive, only they can. So the consequences they see for distracted driving or impaired driving are real life consequences that they could encounter as a driver on the road.
Students not only learned how impaired driving is dangerous, Eileen Panzarella, the prevention director for Pathway to Recovery, spoke with the students on the dangers of driving while under the influence of substances.
We decided to bring extra information on not only drunk driving, but also drug-impaired driving, whether it's prescription medication, marijuana use. So we wanted kids to be aware of all the different ways you can be impaired.
The Hazleton Area Rotary Club teamed up with the Lehigh Valley Health Network to bring the simulator to the students in the Hazleton area. Today we spoke with President of the Rotary Club, Tim Giannetti.
It's a wonderful example of how Rotary is trying to help the community, especially the children in our area, and seniors are still children. We've given dictionaries to third graders this year. We've given over 450 free coats to needy children in the Hazleton area. We've done a lot of else, but this is one of our nicer programs.
Students we spoke with say they learned a lot today and hope that other drivers will understand the importance of not driving while under the influence or distracted.
When I came in today, I expected it to be easy, but it wasn't easy. It was actually harder than I thought. I learned that it is not easy to walk while you're under the influence of anything, and I also learned that you should not drive while you're distracted or while you're drunk. I'm against it. When I drive, I don't use my phone at all. I actually put it into the glove compartment. I don't think that people should use their phones because it's dangerous for not only you but everyone else around.
McQuilkin says each year he visits nearly 60 schools, teaching those in high school and college the consequences of driving distracted. And he says he only hopes that students will have a better understanding of the dangers and inform others.
We want young drivers or all drivers to know you shouldn't be texting and driving. texting or using your cell phone. Don't drive distracted and don't drive impaired. But one of the key messages we also throw in for kids is buckle up every time you're in the car.
If you are interested in having the simulator in your school, college, or business, you can call the Lehigh Valley Health Network for more information at 610-402-CARE. Members of Trinity Lutheran Church in Hazelton are inviting everyone to a pork and sauerkraut dinner on President's Day. WYLN stopped by the church this week to talk with two men that helped put the event together. The fundraiser has been going on for the past 30 years, and every year about 250 people attend.
Volunteered to cook, and I've been cooking the pork and sauerkraut supper for the past 5-6 years. They get a full family-style meal, all they can eat, pork, sliced pork, sauerkraut, applesauce, mixed vegetables, mashed potatoes, roll and butter, and a drink, punch, coffee or tea.
Yes, I would invite everybody to come down to the meal and enjoy themselves with fellowship. And we have homemade cakes, and if the people make pies, it's usually just cakes, and they can pick out from whatever varieties on the tables. And I think they're going to enjoy the meal, and it's family style too.
Again, the President's Day Pork and Sauerkraut Dinner will be February 16th from 4 to 7:30 p.m. at Trinity Lutheran Church, located at 100 North Church Street in Hazelton. This week on Topic A, our Gary Perna sat down with the co-chairs of this year's Fun Fest, along with Chamber President Mary Malone and Fun Fest committee member Julie Ferry, to talk about all about what you can expect at this year's Fun Fest. Gary and his guests will fill us in on how some things will be different than years past and how you can get involved. Here's just a small sample of this week's show.
It really is, and like I said when we opened the show, at the top of the show, that we really have had some great conversations with lots of different folks that we think are stakeholders in the process, from the Greg Judds at Arc Electric, who behind the scenes are doing those pieces to keep the lights on at Fun Fest, to First Presbyterian Church has always been a partner on the children's activities. But our community has changed and evolved, and what the intent this year is that we want to include that in and really make it a showcase. And sure, if you've lived in the area, I've been in the area for well over 20 years, so I know what Fun Fest means. But for those folks maybe who've just moved into town, and there are plenty of them, that we want them to come out, whether it's, again, a new business that's opened up, and it doesn't have to be downtown, again, for the whole community. So that's why we're so glad that you, and appreciate that you're willing to start, actually better than 6 months at this point, in helping us to get the word out there. So I'd encourage anyone, even if you want to know more, stop down at the Chamber office. We'd be happy to talk about it. Yep.
Topic A will air for the first time Friday at 5 p.m. here and only here on WYLN TV. The show will rebroadcast many times throughout the weekend and, of course, into next week. In the final installment of Gary Perna's Sit Down with State Senator Johnny Duchek, they talk about the SHINE program, a program that just started here in Luzerne County.
Well, the SHINE program, we've talked about it many times here on WYLN News, and it came out of Operation Gang Up with Senator Johnny Duchek and Congressman Lou Barletta, and it's been a great asset for Carbon County and Schuylkill County, and now Senator Duchek bringing it to Luzerne County. So first of all, I want to give a little background as someone who may be watching, though I'm not quite sure what this program is. Tell us a little about it, and how important is it to get it implemented here in Luzerne County?
The SHINE program brings schools and homes together, brings families together around the priority of education. It gives children, at-risk children, whether it's they're at risk because of academics or because of social problems in their neighborhood, in their school, this gives them a positive pathway to a better life. It provides them with the skill set to achieve in the classroom, achieve at home, and achieve in our community. And Congressman Barletta and I, who also represent Carbon County, became very familiar with the program in Carbon and Schuylkill County, run by Jeannie Miller, who's the executive director. 10 years of success, 10 years of evidence, science-based evidence, 10 years of awards from the Department of Education at the federal level, that this after-school program, which is an intensive academic program that puts academics and social services around an individual student and helps them achieve, again, in the classroom and at home. And we want to replicate that here in Luzerne County. We have great partners. Wilkes University has stepped up to be the educational host of Luzerne County Shine. Jeannie Miller, who had retired in Carbon and Schuylkill County, we lured her out of retirement, and she is going to run the program in the interim to get it up and running. A wealth of experience, 10 years of experience in running this after-school program. It'll be a 4-day-a-week, 32-week, 4 days a week, 32 weeks of a after-school and summer school program in our schools, using the assets that we already have. So the taxpayers have already paid for the classrooms, for the science labs, for the computer labs, for the recreational opportunities, the food service opportunities. All of that has already been paid for. So that's the real, making government more efficient. You want to make government more efficient. You want to help our kids achieve with less dollars. An after-school program like Shine can do that here in Hazleton, here in Luzerne County.
I know at the end of 2014, you had the press conference about it. School districts in Luzerne County were on board. I know Hazleton, as well, Dr. Antonelli was on with us and was praising it, to get those at-risk students the help and assistance they need to make them strive in the educational environment. How important is it for them to sit into the classrooms or into the after-school programs and be involved, that they're not out on the streets doing whatever?
It's very important. One, I want to thank Dr. Antonelli and to wish him well in his retirement. He was extraordinarily helpful with Operation Gang Up, very supportive of Congressman Barletta and myself, and very helpful in the early stages of Shine Luzerne County. He recognized after 40 years of experience in the Greater Hazleton School District, as socio-demographics started to change here in northeastern Pennsylvania, education needs to change. And I truly believe that a 21st century education model is going to include a statewide after-school program. And we're going to be looked to as the model. Carbon and Schuylkill, Luzerne County, that getting this kind of asset into the school. Clearly, the Hazleton School District, the Wilkes-Barre School District, or the other school districts in Luzerne County do not have the budget wherewithal to meet the needs of an after-school program. That's where we're stepping up. The federal government, the state government, and private donations will drive this program. We hope that by the third year of this program, we'll have over 1,000 students that will be involved in the program. And when students are involved in the program, their families are involved in the program. We have this very heartwarming story of a young girl who was at Wyoming Valley West State Street Elementary School. And her teacher had coached her up to ask the senator some questions. And they acted very much like tough reporters from WYLN. And they drilled me. And the young girl asked, and she wasn't aware, I wasn't aware, because we hadn't made a public announcement about Shine. And she asked me when the Shine program was coming to Luzerne County. This was months before we made our public announcement. And she knew about Shine because she was in it in the Jim Thorpe School District. Okay. And she told me the story about how her mother came to school, about how her grades improved. Here's a 4th grader telling me what I'm trying to be so passionate about now. This works. This reaches kids. This lifts kids. This inspires kids. We need to help and inspire these students. We need our schools to be the very best. Shine Luzerne County can make them the very best.
All right. Well, Senator Dietschek, thank you so much for talking to us about that. I know it's a program you're very passionate about, and we hope the best for the Shine program, for all the school districts here in Luzerne County to be very successful as it was in Carbon and in Schuylkill counties. I'm Gary Parna. I'll send it back to you.
Well, you've been waiting for this announcement, and WYLN is proud to be bringing you more news like you've been asking for. Beginning on Monday, February 16th, WYLN will broadcast a 5:30 newscast called Evening Edition, along with our 10 p.m. Late Edition newscast. WYLN is proud to be the area's only local news broadcast station, bringing you the news you want and the information you need Monday through Friday. You can catch me, Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Kristen Bazinski, Eric DeBerardinas, Gabriella Angela Justin and Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik every day at 5:30 and again at 10 p.m. on Late Edition. As we've mentioned before, it has been our pleasure at WYLN to bring you the area's best local news coverage, local sports, and in-depth weather reports. And we hope you continue to tune in to WYLN every Monday through Friday at 5:30 and 10 p.m. Once again, beginning Monday, February 16th, a 5:30 newscast will begin here at WYLN. And remember, we're your local network. And that is a look at tonight's top stories. Coming up tonight in sports, Eric DeBaradinas is in with a look at highlights from the Hazelton area Cougars' last regular season basketball game as they took on the Berwick Bulldogs. But first, let's head outside to the very cold Bedrock Gardens Weather Center with Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik. Joey, here we can expect some extremely cold temperatures tomorrow all day long. Some schools already have a 2-hour delay.
I tell you what, I hope you got a chance to enjoy earlier today through about, say, 5, 6, 7 o'clock, because when you walked outside then, it actually felt very nice and mild compared to right now where, boy, it is just brutally cold out. The winds are howling, and with the winds and the temperatures right now, many areas temperatures are in the single digits, and when you get those winds whipping around, which they are right now, they're coming in at 10, 15, 20 or so miles per hour. It's making it feel like it's below zero. Bradford is feeling like it's minus 20. State College is feeling like it's minus 9 at this 10 o'clock hour. Minus 20 it's feeling like in Johnstown, and it's feeling like it's minus 7 degrees in Mount Pocono, and that's the reason why the schools are on delays for early tomorrow morning, because we have some dangerously cold wind chills to talk about right through tonight and pretty much into the daytime hours of tomorrow, because I'll give you a bit of a hint. It's going to have a hard time getting out of the single digits for daytime highs tomorrow. I'm going to go inside and warm up because it is just downright cold out here, and we'll have the 7-day forecast coming up after these commercial messages.
A winning smile. It's not the secret to success, but it sure helps. Protect your smile by visiting Dr. Weiss for complete dental services. Dr. Weiss offers a full-service denture laboratory on premises, offering dentures in one day. 3 dentists, 4 hygienists, and a team of caring technicians and assistants specializing in quality dentures and repairs, complete general dentistry, extractions, cleaning, and caps. Dr. Weiss, where you can have new dentures in one day.
Hey kids, I'm home.
Dad, it's cold in here.
Oh, it's not cold in here, it's warm in here. Matter of fact, I'm going to turn this down because I got to save money for tax preparation.
Honest Abe's, your tax partner, giving free advice year-round. 310 South Church Street in Hazelton. Call them at 570-861-8297. Don't stress, pay less. Off the Beaten Path and discover the Pennsylvania you never knew existed on WYLN TV 35.
Why should you choose Penn State Hazleton?
We have new scholarship money.
There's no application fee.
When you visit campus.
Opportunities to do research. Students are scoring internships
all over the country.
You can start here and finish here.
Or at another Penn State campus. We have fun.
We have the Lion.
Penn State is ranked #1 by corporate recruiters.
We have the largest alumni network
in the world.
It's your time. Penn State.
Penn State lives here.
Check us out at psu.edu/visit Hazleton.
Life has its twists and turns. It can take many different shapes. But a good retirement plan changes with your life. And as we talk about what you're putting away and how much you'll need to retire, what was uncertain becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Get your green on and join us for the Wilkes-Barre St. Patrick's Day Parade, Sunday, March 15th. Parade coverage starts at 2 p.m. live on WYLN TV 35. Thousands of spectators, vintage vehicles, local talent, floats, marching bands, and more. The Wilkes-Barre St. Patrick's Day Parade, Sunday, March 15th. Parade coverage starts at 2 p.m. on WYLN TV 35. We're your local network.
Boy, what a change just a couple of hours makes. Earlier, you were outside. I'm sure most of us was at some point in time, and it was feeling pretty good. We had temperatures in the 30s and even 20s, but later this evening, I tell you what, with that front coming through, it's really bringing an Arctic blast of some very cold air. The wind's really picking up, and it is just feeling brutally cold when you walk outside, and that's going to be the case as we head through the rest of tonight and as we head into tomorrow. Earlier, we had some of those snow showers and squalls to contend with. And again, when you get those, they can set up just about any place. You might be traveling, and it looks pretty good, and all of a sudden, you come into a spot where visibility's dropped to near zero, and you get a pretty good burst of snow in a short amount of time period and can create some slick spots. That's what's happened across our area today, and now we're bringing in that cold air. We don't really have to worry about really any snow, just a few flurries here and there. Live 35 Skycast Doppler, that's the good news, but those temperatures continue to plummet. We're down to 4 right now. Our live Lehigh tire conditions outside our station in Hazleton. And with those winds, it's feeling like it's about minus 11. Notice these temperatures. These were 24-hour low temperatures, but these numbers between now and midnight, this map will actually change, and these numbers are going to drop considerably because between now and midnight will be the 24-hour low temperatures. But before that, we were enjoying temperatures well into the 30s, even in the higher elevations, temperatures getting to near 30 degrees. It's now 12 in New Angola, 14 in Berwick, 15 in Danville, 16 degrees in Bloomsburg. Satellite and radar had some of those snow showers and squalls around earlier, but now really not much going on. Just a few flurries, not much going on for tomorrow, except it is going to be cold. We're going to be lucky if we get out of the single digits for daytime highs. Notice this next system coming through Saturday. Early in the morning, about 4 o'clock, there you can see some snow overspreading parts of the state of Pennsylvania. And the rest of us, this starts to fill in as we progress through our Sunday. And again, with these systems, you can see where it's coming from. They don't pack much of a punch. Most of these produce anywhere between 1 to maybe 3 inches of snow. That pretty much is about it. But nevertheless, enough to maybe cause a couple of travel problems out there for our Saturday. Winds really whipping up tonight, 5, 10, 15 or so miles per hour. And then they start to die down as we head into our Saturday morning. Here's a look at the actual temperatures tonight near 0. Tomorrow, even in the higher elevations, won't be getting out of the teens. Colder areas, I don't think we're going to get out of the single digits. And the telltale sign of what it's going to feel like are these wind chill factors. Look at these numbers, minus 10, minus 15, minus 20 degrees below 0. And heading into tomorrow, it's going to not be feeling much more than about 3, 4, 5 degrees. Even in the normally warmer locations, some brutally cold air on the move. And it's going to be with us and stay with us right through the entire day for tomorrow. Extended forecast looking like this. 7 is all we can do. 18 for Saturday. Some snow. How about 4? Yeah, that's all we're going for on Sunday at this point. 10 as we go into Monday. Look at Sunday night. Again, if all holds true, which I think it will at this point in time, Sunday night going into Monday morning, you people going to school probably going to have some delays again because of those intense cold temperatures. Another chance of seeing some snow for Tuesday, and you know what? We're just not going to get a break from this cold weather anytime soon. We'll continue to have more Late Edition coming up after these commercial messages.
All Care Home Care, the health care that you need in the comfort and privacy of your own home.
At All Care Home Care, our caring and compassionate staff of skilled nurses, occupational speech, physical therapists, dietitian, social worker, and home health aides will give you the professional care you need. Call 459-3002.
With All Care Home Care, you will feel so much better and be able to do so much more.
Remember, it's still your choice. For your care, call us and we'll be there.
The Hazleton unit of the American Cancer Society presents the 37th Annual Telethon. Give Hope. Celebrate Life. The American Cancer Society's annual telethon will be held Saturday, February 28th at the Laurel Mall in Hazleton and broadcast live on WILN TV 35 from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Join us for a day filled with great entertainment. Help us celebrate the telethon's 37th year as we raise money for a cure. The American Cancer Society's telethon is made possible by these businesses.
It's time for a change. Whether it's a sales meeting, company party, wedding, or private event, Whitetail Preserve is here for you, offering trap, skeet, and sporting clays with menu options to fit your budget. We can handle all of your catering needs. Whitetail Preserve, 570-384-2341. Think you have what it takes to be WILN's next cooking show personality? Send us your name, contact information, a picture, and in 50 words or less, tell us why you should be Granny in our new Granny's Kitchen Show. Our new Granny's Kitchen Show host will have the opportunity to prepare heritage recipes and share cooking, crafting, and other helpful tips from years gone by. Email ltolan@WILNTV.com or mail WILN 35, 1057 East 10th Street, Hazleton, Pennsylvania 18201. Do you have what it takes? Send in your application today.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Whitetail Preserve is having a spring trap and skeet league. Register for trap, skeet, or both by calling 570-384-2314. Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. The league starts March 3rd.
On the next Let's Talk Chiropractic, we're going to talk about laser treatment and how it can help you and how it has helped our guest. Watch Let's Talk Chiropractic only on WILN TV 35.
Crestwood and Hazleton boys basketball entered tonight's games with identical 12-1 conference records. If both the Cougars and the Comets won or both lost, a tiebreaker set for Sunday to determine the Division I champion. We head to the highlights. Tiebreaker would take place at Berwick. Hazleton is there tonight, and they get off to a tremendous start. Bobby Planutis flashes across the foul line and hits the mid-range jumper for the first bucket of the game. Then Planutis, with a drive, ducks the head and hits that one with the foul, and he would complete the three-point play. More from Hazleton. Chris Panzarella scoots by on the baseline and connects on the layup. The Cougars do their part as Zach Sukowski hits a three right here, 61-53. Hazleton tops Berwick. Over to Crestwood, with the Comets looking to edge Tunkhannock to stay even with the Cougars. Lance Blass jumps the pass, just 2 dribbles down the court, and he uses the body to get the finish. The Tigers, Austin Unora coming up, hits the three here, but all Crestwood in this one as the Comets cruise to a 54-40 victory, setting up that tie-breaking scenario. And now we take a look at your division champions. Division I still undecided. Division II, GAR tops Hanover tonight with a 2-point victory to claim that one, and Holy Redeemer beats Myers in a winner-take-all game. Over to the girls' side, Hazleton girls win their first division crown since 2009. Nanticoke riding a 12-game win streak, and they're your Division II winners. Holy Redeemer moved down to Division III this year, and they win that one with ease with an undefeated conference record. Later in sports, we will preview the Schuylkill League finals, but next, and we'll be back with a recap of today's news.
Well, I'll never forget it. 1 minute, we're talking about going to the movies, and the next, Maggie could barely speak. It was a stroke. I thought I was going to lose her, but I never saw doctors work so fast. Anyway, she's coming home tomorrow. I just hope she doesn't yell at me for killing all the plants.
Join us this week on Wellness Through Physical Therapy. Tim's going to tell us about neuropathy. This is a condition that affects a large number of people, a lot of seniors, and it's something that's very difficult to treat. Tim is going to give you a natural, non-invasive option this on Wellness Through Physical Therapy. Join us.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer-dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill, and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
The mother of 7 who was critically injured in a hit-and-run crash in Scranton has passed away. 32-year-old Betty Sekulich of Scranton died from her injuries after she was hit last week. Tiffany Timko of Hazleton was arrested and charged a few days later. Timko is facing a list of charges including driving without a license from a previous DUI. Police say Sekulich was hit while crossing South Main Avenue on February 4th. No word from police if Timko will face additional charges. As WYLN told you last night, a police pursuit in the city and just outside the city line. According to police, 39-year-old Elton Spain of Conway, South Carolina, was arrested and charged with fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer. Accidents involving damage to attendant vehicles or property, driving under the influence of alcohol or a controlled substance, among similar charges. Spain was stopped in the area of East Green Street. Police say he fled from police during the stop, striking the Hazleton Police Department's K-9 vehicle in the process. Police caught up to Spain in the area of Route 93 and Route 424. A half-empty bottle of alcohol along with a suspected crack pipe was found inside his car. No injuries were reported. Spain was arraigned overnight at the Luzerne County Prison. An autopsy of a Hanover Township woman found dead in her home revealed that she died from a gunshot wound to the head, and now police are searching for her boyfriend in connection with her murder. This afternoon, state police at Wyoming issued an arrest warrant charging Randy Allen Herman in connection with the death of 50-year-old Gail Monahan. According to police, the two lived together on Allenberry Drive. Luzerne County Coroner Bill Listman and forensic pathologist Dr. Gary Ross conducted the autopsy on Monahan at Wilkes-Barre General Hospital. Her body was found at their home by Hanover Township Police, who were asked to do a welfare check on her. State and township authorities are still investigating the shooting. Police say Herman is considered armed and dangerous. Anyone with information is asked to contact police immediately by dialing 570-697-2000. Hugo Zielinski was found guilty yesterday of the double homicides of Michael Krakowski and Tammy Fassett, and now his brother Ronald is also in trouble with the law. After the guilty verdict was announced, Ronald Zielinski exited the courtroom and pointed his eyes with his index finger and middle fingers at the family of the victim inside the elevator on the 3rd floor of the courthouse. A motion made by Ronald generally means "I'll be watching you." Sheriff deputies cuffed him right away and took him to the Luzerne County Prison. He was charged with 3 counts of terroristic threats and a single count of disorderly conduct. He was released without bail after he was arraigned by District Judge Michael Dotzel. Ronald was also charged by federal prosecutors in 2004 for providing a shotgun to Hugo, knowing that his brother was a convicted felon. The Luzerne County Council discussed replacing its financial manager at last night's meeting. Council Vice Chairman Ed Breminski made a motion to cut ties with the current company, Public Financial Management. The motion was voted against 6-5. Council must refinance around $88 million of debt. Councilmember Jim Bobeck said that it was too tight to bring in a new advisor at this time. He, along with Councilmember Kathy Dobash, made a motion to issue a request for proposals from other financial advisors. advisors. The request will be put out on June 1st. Public Financial Management, along with other firms, could apply. In the meantime, PFM will remain the county's advisor. 10% of drivers under the age of 20 involved in fatal crashes were reported as distracted at the time of the crash, according to distraction.gov. Today, students from the Hazleton Area Career Center learned how dangerous driving can be when distracted by using simulators. Count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seems like a long time to many. However, that's the average time that your eyes are off the road while texting. If you're traveling at 55 miles per hour, that's enough time for you to cover the length of a football field blindfolded, according to distracted.gov. Students at the Hazleton Area Career Center learned the dangers of distracted driving this morning. Bill McQuilkin, who is the Trauma Prevention Coordinator for Lehigh Valley Health Network, says it's an opportunity to show the students what happens when they drive impaired or distracted.
The students will be seeing either distracted driving or impaired driving. They can drive distracted using their own cell phone, or they can use a virtual phone built in its computer system. If they use their cell phone, they can actually text and our computer will interact with their cell phone. But we can't control how they drive, only they can. So the consequences they see for distracted driving or impaired driving are real life consequences that they could encounter as a driver on the road.
Students not only learned how impaired driving is dangerous, Eileen Panzarella, the prevention director for Pathway to Recovery, spoke with the students on the dangers of driving while under the influence of substances.
We decided to bring extra information on not only drunk driving, but also drug-impaired driving, whether it's prescription medication, marijuana use. So we wanted kids to be aware of all the different ways you can be impaired.
The Hazleton Area Rotary Club teamed up with the Lehigh Valley Health Network to bring the simulator to the students in the Hazleton area. Today we spoke with President of the Rotary Club, Tim Giannetti.
It's a wonderful example of how Rotary is trying to help the community, especially the children in our area, and seniors are still children. We've given dictionaries to third graders this year. We've given over 450 free coats to needy children in the Hazleton area. We've done a lot of else, but this is one of our nicer programs.
Students we spoke with say they learned a lot today and hope that other drivers will understand the importance of not driving while under the influence or distracted.
When I came in today, I expected it to be easy, but it wasn't easy. It was actually harder than I thought. I learned that it is not easy to walk while you're under the influence of anything, and I also learned that you should not drive while you're distracted or while you're drunk. I'm against it. When I drive, I don't use my phone at all. I actually put it into a glove compartment. I don't think that people should use their phones because it's dangerous for not only you but everyone else around.
McQuilkin says each year he visits nearly 60 schools, teaching those in high school and college the consequences of driving distracted. And he says he only hopes that students will have a better understanding of the dangers and inform others.
We want young drivers or all drivers to know you shouldn't be texting and driving or using your cell phone. Don't drive distracted and don't drive impaired. But one of the key messages we also throw in for kids is buckle up every time you're in the car.
If you are interested in having the simulator in your school, college, or business, you can call the Lehigh Valley Health Network for more information at 610-402-CARE. And that is a look at tonight's top stories. Coming up next, Eric is back with more sports here on Late Edition. But first, let's head back outside to the Bedrock Gardens Weather Center with a look at our weekend forecast. Joe?
Oh, I tell you, I'm not liking this outside with the wind really howling. It picked up into this evening. I'd say right around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock or so, those temperatures really plummeted. The winds really picked up. And here's a look at what's going on outside our TV station in Hazleton. We've now dropped a couple of degrees since I talked to you earlier. We're down to 3, but it's feeling like it's anywhere between almost minus 10 to as minus 15 degrees below zero. That's why we got a lot of those schools on delays for tomorrow morning, and I tell you what, it's not going to warm up out of the single digits tomorrow, so we can't rule out maybe some school closings with these dangerously cold temperatures and dangerously cold wind chill temperatures. Always wear the hat, wear the gloves, and bundle up in layers. All right, I'm going to go inside and get warm, and later on I'm going to let you know all you need to know about the 7-day forecast, including a couple of chances of snow in it. Stick around, we'll be right back.
Athletes try talking themselves out of being hurt.
I'm good.
Working past the pain because they want to keep on playing.
I'm good.
Coordinated Health understands. As the #1 sports medicine team in the region, we get these champions back in the game with pro-level care.
Yeah, I'm good.
Because we make you better together.
Tune in every Sunday night on WYLN from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for hard-hitting, high-flying, non-stop action as only Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling High Voltage can bring you. That's Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling every Sunday night on WYLN. I'll see you in the ring.
Whitetail Preserve is having a spring trap and skeet league. Register for trap, skeet, or both by calling 570-384-2314. Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. The league starts March 3rd.
WYLN TV 35 has strong ties to the community, as evident in its commitment to important causes like the American Cancer Society and Helping Hand Society tilt funds. WYLN's commitment to northeastern Pennsylvania continues with a broadcast of Hazelton's Funfest Parade and both the Christmas and St. Patrick's Day parades in Wilkes-Barre. In the summer, we broadcast the Weatherly and Giants of Spare Hill Climb, and throughout the year, we provide important community services through the broadcast of town meetings, school board meetings, election night coverage, and other events. WYLN, we're your local network.
Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years. It's time for a change. Whether it's a sales meeting, company party, wedding, or private event, Whitetail Preserve is here for you, offering trap, skeet, and sporting clays with menu options to fit your budget. We can handle all of your catering needs. Whitetail Preserve, 570-384-2341. Tune in each week to WYLN TV 35 to watch the #1 Hazleton-based broadcasted television talk show, The Storm, hosted by Tiffany Cloud. Candidates, politicians, community leaders, and more appear on The Storm when they want to be heard. New shows air Wednesdays at 8 p.m. and these additional air times. Only on WYLN TV 35. We're your local network.
Schuylkill League Finals tomorrow at the Mecca, Mertz Hall. We break down the boys and girls matchups.
We want that one. We want another shot at
Tamaqua senior Bo Rotet referring to mighty Pottsville. The Crimson Tide are unbeaten, the first team in school history to ever finish the regular season without a loss. They are beating opponents by more than 30 points a game and defeated Tamaqua by 17 their first matchup and 27 the second meeting. The Blue Raiders know that they can't repeat their first half semifinals performance, but think they stand a chance if they can duplicate their second half.
Really defense. We weren't playing defense well in the first half, but we were able to make that change. We were able to stop dribble penetration and locate on their shoes more, and I think that was the biggest difference in the game.
The first half, they took the ball to the basket too many times. They got second, third, fourth shots, and in the second half, I think we rebounded so much better, and our overall team defense was better.
First half we came out, we were a little frazzled. We weren't taking the best of shots, and I think that was another key. We just needed to come out with a lot more energy. We switched our defense up to double fist, which is full court press, and I think that was the difference.
On the girls' side, Minersville is back in the championship game after escaping the Lady Tide by 1 point and hoping the familiarity will help.
It's a big factor just for the experience itself, but you can't simulate game situations at all, and that's why we want to really beef up our non-league schedule this year to get ready for this type of atmosphere.
Minersville will play North Schuylkill, who hasn't lost in the Schuylkill League all year. Following Tuesday's win, the Lady Miners commented on their two potential opponents, including the Lady Spartans.
We know what type of team that North Schuylkill is. We know what Coach Rizzo is going to run. But both teams are an excellent team, so we're just
championship. We didn't play North Schuylkill at all, so we really want to play them. But I mean, either way, we're excited to play. We're excited to be here.
Girls game at 6 tomorrow, boys to follow at 7:30. Know the pros. The NBA All-Star Game will be held in the Big Apple this Sunday, and the next big attraction, Carmelo Anthony, insists on playing in front of the home crowd. But after that, there are plans to shut Anthony down as a result of soreness in his left knee. New York last in the Eastern Conference standings, so the focus turns away from their star and towards next season and a high draft pick. Final night of the regular season, boys hoops, and we have those results plus NHL updates in the scoreboards. A reminder, Joe Garbacik is next with a look at your upcoming forecast.
Now Hazel Park Spring Water is proud to announce that they are the official water of the WILN Sports Crew and available for home delivery through J.W. Wargo Spring Water Delivery. Since 1915, the Kreisel family has been serving the area with quality meats. The tradition continues today with 5 generations at Hazel Park Quality Meats, 260 Washington Avenue, West Hazleton, and Redding Specialty Meats, located at 216 East 4th Street in Berwick.
At Cuck's Turkey Farm, we are family owned and operated for over 45 years, and we consistently strive to produce premium poultry. We offer the finest all-natural country poultry, antibiotic-free, all-vegetarian fed with superior white meat yield and exceptional flavor. So we invite you to experience the unique natural taste of our poultry for your enjoyment and your health. Give us a call or stop in today.
Get your green on and join us for the Wilkes-Barre St. Patrick's Day Parade, Sunday, March 15th. Parade coverage starts at 2 p.m. live on WILN TV 35. Thousands of spectators, vintage vehicles, local talent, floats, marching bands, and more. The Wilkes-Barre St. Patrick's Day Parade, Sunday, March 15th. Parade coverage starts at 2 p.m. on WILN TV 35. We're your local network.
This February.
You asked for it. Now we're sharing the love. News, weather, sports, and more.
WILN News, giving you what you want when you want it.
It's what you've been asking for. More news, weather, and sports. WILN. News at 5:30, 6:30, 10 p.m., and 8 a.m. starting February 16th.
During these changing times, is your insurance program up to date? I'm local Allstate agent Gary McNeilis. I invite you to come into our office or give us a call. We'll help you be sure that you have the proper coverage to take care of all your family's needs at a price you can afford. Now more than ever, you need to be in good hands to protect everything that's important to you. Our team of insurance professionals and I will be honored to serve you. Are you in good hands?
Wouldn't it be great if everything in life were fast? Fast, like a cable modem.
Call Service Electric now and get the fastest internet in town. Plus, when you sign up today, you'll also get free installation. Experience the blazing speed of Service Electric high-speed internet service. Your internet will never be the same.
Gary Parna of WYLN's Late Edition. Every night I come into your house to bring you the local news. Not only do I do that, but I love to volunteer and give back to my community. One of the many things I love to do is volunteer at the American Cancer Society Telethon, and I also am a volunteer firefighter. Volunteering is something everyone can do to get involved.
Talk about a gigantic drop in temperature over a 12-hour time period. Earlier today, about 11:26, that was our high temperature today. That was sitting in at 30 degrees. Since then, temperatures have continued to fall, and now we're almost at 11 o'clock, so we're looking at 11 hours, you might as well say, of almost a 30-degree drop in temperature, and we continue to drop this number. We're at 2 degrees. Our live Lehigh tire conditions outside our television station in Hazleton, and look at those winds coming in 10, 15, 20 or so miles per hour. And if you walk outside now, it feels like it's about -11, and those wind chill factors are going to be dangerously cold through tonight. We're looking at wind chill values anywhere between -10 to possibly as low as -25 degrees below zero, and that of course is why the schools are on delays for tomorrow morning. And you know what? It's not going to warm up that much tomorrow either. Here in the higher elevations, I do not think we're going to get out of the single digits, and yet with the winds, I think every location, it's only going to be feeling like temperatures are in the single digits no matter where you live. So, yeah, there's some delays tomorrow. You know, there is that possibility some schools could close because of those cold temperatures out there, and, you know, these wind chills continue to get colder. Notice how cold it's feeling as you go in western Pennsylvania, because as that front comes through, it takes some time for that colder air to usher in. And these numbers, -10, -15, -20, that's going to be what it's going to be feeling like as we progress through tonight across northeastern Pennsylvania. So you're going out tomorrow morning, and if you have to, bundle up, wear a hat, because most of your energy is lost through the head regions. Make sure you wear gloves or mittens, and dress in layers, because you're going to need to for tomorrow. And look at this big dive of this very cold air ushering in. Only 1 degree in Buffalo, 13 in Dayton, 11 degrees in Chicago, 9 in Bismarck, 5 degrees in Minneapolis. And you know what? Even in the 7-day forecast, it's not going to get that warm. Looking at these numbers, these are just temperature values. 5 degrees in Mount Pocono, 9 Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport. It's -2 as an air temperature in Bradford, 7 degrees in State College. You can still see some of that milder air yet where the frontal boundary hasn't reached. It's in the 20s in both Philadelphia and Allentown, but even in those locations, those temperatures are going to drop dramatically through the overnight hours. Up in the Wyoming Valley area, for those watching on Service Electric in Wilkes-Barre, hopefully you're staying warm, because your numbers already are diving into the single digits, and you got a stiff wind coming from the northwest. You get that shift from the northwest, that's a prime tail factor, if you will, that the front has passed through, and you're looking at winds between 10 to 20 miles per hour. We got some clouds to deal with, but we had the snow showers and squalls earlier that whiten up the ground a little bit here and there. But again, we're not going to see too much through tonight, maybe a couple of flurries. We're going to be fairly quiet tomorrow, except it's going to be very cold. And then this next system starts coming into our area as we progress through our Saturday. It's going to give us a period of some snow. These systems, again, it's not coming from the Gulf, it's not coming along the eastern seaboard, so any of these systems come in quickly, they move out fast, they don't pack a lot of punch, they're moisture starved, as we like to call them, and for the most part, most of these systems only give us anywhere between 1 inch to 3, some even give us less than 1 inch. So again, bundle up, frigid temperatures, dangerously cold wind chills tomorrow, high pressure building in. You see some sunshine, but you know what? That sun is really not going to warm us too much across our area. And if you think it's going to be cold tomorrow, there's going to be yet another shot of some reinforcing cold air as we start going into the second part of the weekend. And you know what? This cold air is just not going to break anytime soon. Hopefully you got a chance to enjoy those temperatures that we did manage to see in the 30s. because I don't think we're going to get to freezing anytime soon, at least through the 7-day forecast. Here is a look at the extended forecast, and the cold weather stays with us tomorrow about 7, but it's going to be feeling more like it's about 0 for most of the day. Some snow for Saturday, only 4 for Sunday. Sunday night going into Monday. Monday's a good shot of seeing a lot of school delays once again, because we're looking at about -7. 10 degrees for Monday, and some snow maybe for Tuesday, and as you can see, it's just going to stay cold for a while.
I don't think I'm going outside at all this weekend. That looked a little
just going outside now. Yes, yeah.
Is that? Oh boy.
Yeah, that's cold.
You can't do that shorts challenge because then you won't be here. You'll be sick. All right, we'll think about it another. Maybe right before spring. Have a good night, everyone. The team will be back here tomorrow at 5:30. We'll see you then, and of course, stay warm.